how to say ladies and gentlemen in gender-neutral terms.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
A live version of Throwing It All Away by Genesis, because
that's weird. I wouldn't expect we're live, but hi everybody, welcome to HIAC Talk Radio. We're only talking about my first favorite thing in the world other than boobs. Genesis.
The Genesis.
So
of
there's a live version of you recorded a live version off Top of the Pops?
Yeah, from on a cassette that's got 30 years old now. But yeah, I recorded a lot of it. I recorded all of the King's Trust concert off on a tape recorder off my TV.
Yeah. Yep.
This is before VCRs and VHSs existed. And I just, put my
children wasn't as easy.
My giant tape recorder with the microphone this big next to the TV, black and white TV, by the way, so I could record the Princess Trust. I got some of Live Aid on a cassette.
Oh wow, yeah.
But yeah, when Genesis was doing it was 86 when I was
that would be
Invisible
the correct
Touch.
Year, yes.
Yeah, I was about to go away up for a summer camp, my first job, and that they played that on a syndicated when he didn't have MTV Kids. They played a lot of music videos on a lot of shows, and a lot of shows were specifically videos.
What?
And yeah, for the people that didn't have cable. So yeah, it was a concert of Genesis doing Throwing All Away live, and Phil would start the show. Feel it, and yeah. So yeah, that was.
Well, if you're ever feeling nostalgic and you don't have the tape anymore, I probably have the exact version you had.
I'm sure, and I haven't even looked it on YouTube, but I was just playing it on.
It's there.
Oh, it's there. Oh, I'm sure
it's there.
Oh, it's there.
I wonder if because Top of the Pops, they probably would have done the lip sync version, and they would have aired the version they recorded from the Invisible Touch tour.
Yeah. I think it was the tour. I'm sorry. It was funny. It was Top of the Pops, but it was on the original. It was on the Invisible Touch tour.
So it's easy when when you get that big. It's the Beatles thing, right? When they got to a certain point, like, we're just gonna film this and send it to you because we're too fucking.
Yeah, we're not gonna. Yeah,
it ain't coming out there. It's too much. It's like, I don't think people understand how global Genesis got that year.
Yes,
like they'd always been like at the door,
like on the front, yeah,
like and then all of a sudden, that had, I don't know, like 7 singles on it.
Yeah, and also you have to remember, kids, this was we're 5 years into MTV, so videos were king. And Genesis put out some goddamn great videos.
I'm not going to talk about that one, but
yeah, but the video, but even the videos for Throwing It All Away was from on their tour, and it was great. It was great seeing them in the Spectrum, and just that whole.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Three Sides Live, all the stuff on Three Sides Live, the backstage stuff, all filmed in Philadelphia at the Spectrum.
Yeah. Speaking of which, today's David Bowie's birthday, and he filmed Modern Love, the video Modern Love at
Philadelphia at the Spectrum. Yes.
Yeah, the Spectrum. Yeah.
Last Spider tour.
No, that was the Serious Moonlight.
Yeah, Serious Moonlight. Jesus, sorry.
Yeah,
I am so sorry.
And he recorded Modern Love. That was his encore because the song hadn't been released yet.
Oh wow!
Catch the paper, boy.
Yeah, I stand in the wind, but I never wave bye.
Yeah, he did 4 shows that week, and that was he did Modern Love as an encore. So that was the first time anyone.
So I wonder if they did it on encore so they could film all that, I guess.
Yeah, they did, because when he came out, because they just had him coming out and the place was going nuts, I said he wouldn't start a show with a song that no one ever heard, but that was one of his encores.
He certainly sure shit did.
Yeah, because because he came out he filmed it Yeah, during the before the album had come out, but he already knew that was going to be the series.
Oh yeah,
story, yeah.
There's certain songs where you're like, yeah, it's probably gonna be a hit.
Yeah. but back to Genesis. Yes, I was listening to throwing it all away before we went on the air today, and yeah, love that song, love that video.
That's a good song, man.
It is a good song, man.
Good song. People always Genesis fans, I should say, always are like, "You fucking stupid" when they went pop. I'm like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure they didn't care.
No.
I'm pretty sure they were happy making that money. Something tells me.
I'm pretty sure, and it always got me when people were, saying artists sold out and saying artists, went pop or something like that. And I remember the words of all people, MC Hammer, because MC Hammer was called a sellout, when his songs went to the top of the pop charts. And he just matter of factly just said, isn't it the goal of every music? He's like, I want everyone to hear my music. Isn't that the goal of every musician? Like, no, only these people can listen to your song. If all these people over here listen to your song, then that means you're a sellout. But don't you want everyone to hear it? So if these people and these people both like my song, which is completely out of my control, whether they like it or not.
That's not how ears work, guys.
Yeah. But Hammer just said, I want everyone to listen to my music. So if that makes me a sellout, then fine. And if Genesis went pop because they put out one of the greatest albums of the 90s or of all time, and the Invisible Touch, again, 7 singles, they hit top 40. That's a bad thing? Now you're popular, so you're no longer. Same thing with U2. When U2 hit it big, it's like, I don't like them anymore. I liked them when they were, when they were playing the Tower Theater in front of 500 people. Now they're selling out stadiums.
I'm sure they're like, can you shut up? Hey, why don't you shut the fuck up? It always, Dana's here. Okay. Yeah. We're going to get
Dana,
to that in a second. Hey, Dana. Yeah. So that's okay. She knows my obsession with the band. Whatever somebody brings up that Phil ruined the band. And I was like, first of all, I wish I could ruin something that much and get that. But the second thing is I quote, I wish I could find the article. I only have 1,000 of them in my head, but somebody said that to him once, like, well, you're in charge. He goes, you try being in a band with Tony Banks and telling him no. Just doesn't. That's Tony's band. That was Tony's band. That's why. Part of the reason why Pete left, Peter Gabriel didn't leave because he was like, fuck you guys, well, fuck you too. It's just like, I want to do my own thing and I can't with him. It just can't. Exactly. And they grew up together. They're still, it's so funny to see like Peter Gabriel, the artist, as an older man. And then when he's with Tony, old Pete comes out a little bit in that body. And it was so funny because he's doing the thing again this year. He did 2003 where every full moon he's releasing a new song and it's going to make up the album.
Right.
And somebody asked him, because he basically finishes the song and gives it to a mixer to finish it up. Mm-hmm. And one guy does one mix because there's a bright side mix and there's a dark side mix of each song. And the interviewer asked, are they allowed to mess around with the arrangement at all? And Pete pauses and goes, no. I was like, and I just got done saying, it's weird to look at him. It's like a different person. There's Peter Gabriel before he left Genesis, and then this other one came out of a cocoon, and it's a different person. And then he does that. I'm like, oh, never mind. There he is. My bad. Yes. So anyway, this is a wrestling podcast.
It is a wrestling podcast.
I stole that line from Craig. Just to start it off, Dana says, and we are going to get to the part 3 of that Starrcade list, but WWF missed an opportunity not putting Greg the Hammer Valentine in parachute pants.
Did they?
I don't have anything mean to say about the Hammer. I was just never excited by somebody so exciting.
Yeah. Especially not about parachute pants.
No. I don't even know what that. Dana, you're gonna have to elaborate a little bit. I'm not sure what we're referring to, but I guess we might find out on this list. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Do you want to do the list first? You want to talk modern? No, let's talk modern stuff first.
Yeah.
I was hoping Derek would make it, but there's a chance he might not because we had to shuffle around the times today. As you can see, Craig had something much more important to do before he got on the air today because he's dressed in a tuxedo, and who the hell dresses for this show? Femi,
Yeah.
has vacated the title. The same day he won, he's vacated it. So I'm assuming this is indicating man's finally coming up to the main roster to stay. I assume that's what's going on.
Yeah. Well, if you paid any attention to Smackdown last Friday and Raw this past Monday, he's getting his own promos now and highlights of his matches. So yeah, he has gotten the call to up to the big show, no pun intended.
No.
But which show will he be on, and who will his first opponent be? Now, curious that they announced Trick on Raw, and he'll be facing, or SmackDown. I'm sorry, he'll be facing Ray Phoenix on Friday Night SmackDown. So it appears they're positioning Trick as a heel.
Interesting.
That might dictate where Oba is going, because it wouldn't make sense to me to bring him in as a heel because he's got a face. He obviously can be a heel, but I think for his first go round, he should be presented as a face. But that might inform their decision to bring him to Raw. If that were the case. But yes, Oba Femi getting a big send off, which is not really has ever been done in NXT.
That doesn't happen. It doesn't happen anymore.
Especially not discounting the level of talent that Oba Femi had, but they didn't do that for Seth. They didn't do it for Shinsuke. They didn't do it for Kevin Owens. I mean, Kevin Owens just showed up on Raw and beat John Cena while he was the NXT champion. So, I mean, that's one way to debut, but actually giving someone a send-off, that has not been done by any NXT. And they've had some heavy hitters make the jump up.
Yeah.
So interesting.
It's going to be, I just remember, like I said, I mentioned it last week, I'll mention it this week. And Dana, I'm going to respond to your texts. I was trying to find the window to respond to you in the chat room, but here, I'm saying it now. I'm going to respond to those texts and bring them up to Craig in a second. Mm-hmm. I just remember Dean sitting down 2 weeks ago to watch wrestling for the first time in a while, and he just texted me out of the blue going, who the F is this Oba Femi? This dude is big, and he can move, and I was like, yeah, that would be the future.
Yeah, buddy. That's it. Yeah.
I think it's interesting. I didn't expect the win. Like you said, as you indicated, it doesn't happen.
No.
And so when it did, I was like, oh, that's different. And then immediately, I'm dropping the title, and I'm like, well, there it is. Yeah. Now, if we could do that for Jordynne Grace, please.
That'd be great. Now, she's another one that's looking to make her big league debut soon. She was just on.
It's got to be now, right?
Yeah. Well, now, I mean, we're looking towards a Royal Rumble now, so we need participants. We're looking at the main event. You have to start setting up your roster now. Obviously, you can have people debut at Royal Rumble. That's what it's for. But if you have them there ahead of time, so when they do get announced at Royal Rumble, it's a bigger deal. Then that'd be great. Just got a text to tell the podcast universe. Julie Jerkoff says hi.
Hi, Julie.
From Julie.
Hey. Good to hear.
But yeah, that's got
letter. Never mind. I'm kidding.
They've Javon Evans is up, Trick Williams is up, now Oba Femi's coming, Jordynne Grace. So is that it, or are there more coming from NXT because you also don't want to deplete NXT either by taking their top stars. I mean, it's a good problem to have because NXT is still fully loaded. You got a lot of, big stars down there, but how many do you bring up? And when do you start asking, well, when is it going to be Ethan Page's turn? When is it going to be Ricky's turn?
Well, I mean, one at a time, folks.
Yeah, it's a great time.
There's all these things and matches and shows that you have to fulfill. I don't know why. Call them all up. I mean, not all of them. All that you think are ready. Call them up. Let's go. We're not getting any younger. Some of us might not make it. I don't know if you've seen the news recently. So I'm just like, do it now.
Yeah.
What are we waiting for?
I guess what they're waiting for is to have enough available spaces because you're going to bring these guys up with great video packages and obviously a gigantic push, but there's only so many spots. I mean, now you have a couple of, 3-hour shows now. I mean, Smackdown went to 3 hours last Friday. I don't know if that's going to be a weekly thing, but you got a lot. You got a lot of hours to fill, so obviously you need folks to do that. Even though, granted, a lot of those 3 hours are mostly video game packages and backstage stuff. The number of minutes of actual wrestling is, probably less than an hour. But I think they do a good with the time that they have. For the Raw we just saw the first Raw of the year. They had a tremendous build up to the Punk Braun Breaker match. I forgot to message you guys that CM Punk's varsity jacket. That was awesome, man. That was so cool. And I'm so slow, it didn't even dawn on me that, he's playing psychological warfare with Braun Breaker.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I saw the side-by-side comparison. And like the next day, it's like, oh, yeah, that's right. They did come in with Michigan Letterman varsity jackets.
Yeah, Michigan.
Yeah,
University.
but even though Corey Graves did point out the varsity club, which, yay, Corey, thank you for doing that.
Yes, thank you. Yes, good. Thank you, Corey.
Yeah, anytime
Every
you
now
can
and
shut
then
up,
he gets a good one in.
Yeah, anytime you get to shout out the varsity club, that's good. Punk got a concussion in that match.
A Steiner gave someone a concussion?
No, actually, for once, no. Punk did it to himself when he flew over the ring and he landed face first into that spot.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Is it bad enough? I didn't see the report. Is it bad enough to where he's going to be out for a while, or is it going to be
no,
next week or something?
No. I mean, and he was diagnosed like that night, and I just found out the following day. Yeah.
Is it the one where he jumped out at him?
Yes.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
I have. I can't bring it. Yeah. Here.
And I knew his bell was wrong because the final spot where Braun was going to spear him, Punk barely got his leg up. He was supposed to, to knee lift him in the spear, and he barely got it up. I think, oh god, he got his bell wrong. But yeah, it was a concussion.
It happens.
Yeah.
Not to downplay head injuries because I watch hockey, but I cripple myself. I'm crippled when I get a headache.
Yeah.
I've had a concussion once. I never want one again. Just to catch up real quick, Dana said, I just hope Craig enjoyed the prom.
I didn't get to be king, but thank you.
How did you not get to be king?
Politics, man. It's all politics.
Fucking politics. WWF missed an opportunity not putting Greg the Hammer Valentine parachute pants. It's because we were talking about MC Hammer at the time.
Oh, okay. Hammer. Got it. Now I get. Thank you. Sorry, Dana.
Too legit to pay attention. Sorry, Dana. Did CM Punk wear the ear covers? No, I checked. He did not.
No.
And where's the Steiner-induced concussion on the scale of 1 to Chris Champion?
It's low. Champion just got clotheslined to shit. Punk, Breaker had his hands clean on that one because Punk did it to himself. But it was just an accident. Yeah. stuff.
That's mean, but also funny.
That was also funny.
All due respect. Sorry, Mr.
Yes.
Champion. Please don't hurt
Yeah.
me. Can you hurt me now?
He can't hurt you.
Oh, okay.
No. If he does, he
Shoot.
can call Rick Steiner. You'll hurt him all over
Really?
again.
Yeah, really. The PLE history of the WWE has officially been announced to be going to Netflix. So there's one of our answers.
Okay.
We haven't gotten an update on, the stuff you and I are going to watch. I think that's just going to be YouTube. I do know the WWE Vault did put out a thing today, like, what would you like to see? And somebody was like, don't say everything. And I'm like, well, no, I want to
Let's see. I do want to be able to.
upload your goddamn digital library.
Yeah.
Charge the YouTube monthly fee. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, come on, because I'm not buying Netflix. I'm sorry. I'm not that much. I will watch the recaps. I will watch YouTube. I want to see everything in chronological order. Now, I did find Dana said that. I did find that somebody has the WCW stuff in chronological order as it gets uploaded to the YouTube. Is it 1982? So it's there. But I haven't checked to see if there's a full pro wrestling in chronological order. Dan, you're on YouTube right now. Why don't you check? I will. Why did I do that? Pro wrestling in chronological order. Well, that's only 2023. Oh,
Yeah, well, that's how old wrestling is. It only goes back 3 years.
We're not gonna do that. Playlist. I'm gonna say no. Well, somebody has January 1985 in order.
Okay. That's a good year for wrestling.
Oh, we're still letting Adam Pacitti do stuff, huh? That's crazy. All right. Well, I was told that cancel culture is the thing, so it's weird to see people who are supposed to be canceled still working and getting views. My mistake. I was told that cancel culture is the thing, that I should have to pay for that. No, but there's a WCW one. I will look better. I will look when I'm on the app. I'll look and I'll text you and Dana and see if there's a list because I don't see it here. But yeah, so just keep the stuff coming on YouTube because that's about.
Yeah, and that's where I get most. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, where I get caught up on most of the stuff is because the only thing I'm interested in really is territory stuff because I haven't seen it in so long, and I know most of the territorial stuff, the ones that hasn't been lost to time, is being uploaded. The footage that they do have. I mean, I saw an old Randy Orton, Bob Orton Jr. promo from 1980, 1979, something like that. It's Savage with the full beard and Bob Orton. This is back when he was skinny, Bob Orton Jr. But that's the kind of stuff that I'd want to see, or I'd want to,
I will say this. They did do a good job digitizing stuff before too much more was lost. So
yeah,
yes, that's all. I don't know. I thought I had to follow up, and I don't. Sorry.
That's okay. So you didn't. So you know the results of Raw. You didn't obviously.
Yeah,
I
watched the stuff after. I'm not paying for Netflix. I'm not giving Netflix any more money right now.
Good.
No, just not.
No, I don't blame you.
You get that for something else.
Yeah. I wanted to bring up the AEW. One of the few times, rare times we'll ever talk about AEW. I mentioned that Ricochet was wearing an Eagles jacket. I thought that because they were in San Francisco or in New York, but they were in Oklahoma of all places. And they brought JR back, which was great to hear. And even more great to hear with JR and Tony Schiavone, sharing the microphone together since they, I guess they buried the hatchet because for years they were not.
I was going to say there's a lot of, they weren't talking for a little bit.
But the first match, Shelton Benjamin versus John Moxley, which I
I was wondering if you're going to bring this
didn't
up.
want to. I only wanted to bring up how Shelton Benjamin came to the ring with tears in his eyes because of what of no one knew why, but I was like speculating, but it was because of what happened in Minnesota. Shelton Benjamin's from Minnesota,
Yeah.
and it really affected him. I didn't like I never liked John Moxley matches because they're horrible, and I didn't want him wrestling Shelton Benjamin, someone who actually could wrestle and could physically kill him. But I knew it would just be a 20-minute spot fest of junks and Moxley not selling and them leaving the ring and wrestling in the sand and stuff, and then win a 20-minute draw, which is what I expected. But because neither one of them should be losing, even though Moxley should lose to Shelton
I
Benjamin.
hear you, but
every
yeah, in the
single
pecking order
time.
thing, he shouldn't.
Yeah.
hear
But
you.
yeah, but the fact that he was so affected by the event that happened in Minnesota, and the fact that he went out there, tears in his eyes, invisible tears, and he wrestled his ass off. So I have to give him kudos for that because I know that couldn't have been easy.
Did you see the? Did you see that? I'm so sorry. Did you see that Austin Creed was giving him shit for crying though? After all
Mm-mm.
that,
No.
there was a conversation on Twitter, and Austin retweeted, goes, "We saw you crying," and I was like, "Oh my god." You can never make me hate that man. He will.
No.
Oh my god, Austin's so goddamn funny all the time. It's so
Yeah,
funny.
Yeah, and which brings up another question. When you're bringing out all these people up, and all these brand new, budding, young, up and coming stars, what happens to the New Day? Where's their
Oh god, I don't know, man.
role in this?
I kind of went out. Well, I know you're happy. You know what I mean? I know you don't want to. I don't know. That's a good question.
I would be happy if there was actually a tag team division worth talking about. If the focus was on tag team wrestling, or put it does not focus on tag team wrestling. If there was a tag team that can get, I said back when they first won, if you put the belts on Team Braun, on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, then it would mean something. The team that beats them, especially if you kept it on them for a year, and Braun can still go after the world title, but just keep them as tag team champions. So when someone beats them, that means that team is going to be super over. There hasn't been a super over team since Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Dana says it's time to bring back the tag team division. Summon the Killer Bees.
Or the Conquistadors, Dana.
Please, not the Killer Bees.
Not the Killer Bees, no.
No, not the. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to veto. I'm gonna have to veto that.
Yeah,
I apologize. Please don't hurt me.
no. If you're going to bring back any random team from that, if it's not the Killer Bees, it's not the Ding Dongs.
No, you don't want Ding and Dong?
No, not from
No?
from Belleville. No.
No. Okay.
Mm-mm.
I thought you would. That's crazy. The Outsider. Oh, you can't. No, I didn't.
No,
Even do
yeah,
that. You can't do that. Sorry. I didn't.
Well,
even
see,
do
back
that.
in
I
the
forget.
back in the Killer Bee days, and Dana did have a good point. When you had 10 tag teams in the tag team Survivor Series, at the first Survivor Series. You had 5 tag teams on both sides. There was 10 quality tag teams. You can't name 10 quality tag teams in either company, both combined now. But they were all in the WWF at one time. Your Hart Foundation, your Demolitions, your Killer Bees, your Islanders, your Bolsheviks, your Strike Force. You're everywhere.
Your Battle Bulls.
Your Battle Bowls, your Rhythm and
Battle
Blues.
Your Rhythm and Blues. Don't make fun of my accent, you son of a bitch. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say even and the same thing within in the NWA as well. You had Road Warriors, Rocco Express, Midnight Express, Fantastics, Horsemen. And sometimes they weren't even the champions.
I was going to say, sometimes they were just there. They weren't even the champ.
You had three of the greatest tag teams of all time in the NWA at the same time, the Road Warriors, Midnights, and the Rocco Express, and your tag team champions were Rick Rude and Manny Fernandez. Like, what the hell is that? What sense did that make?
Dana quotes Paulie dangerously, "Little Ding and Big Dong." The Mod Squad.
Yeah.
The Mod Squad, wow.
Masters of Spike and Basher. They were the Central States tag team answer to the Road Warriors. They were part of the Road Warrior Clone Wars of the of 83 to 86, where every territory needed the Road Warriors. That's
like
why
the Blade Runners?
Like the Blade Runners, like the Zambui Express in Florida, like Demolition, go figure. Like the Mod Squad, Spike and Basher. Yeah, every territory needed their Road Warrior team. That's why I picked them, and yeah, there they are, Spike and Basher. The Master Blasters were another Road Warrior. The Master
Blasters.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash and Al Green.
Yeah, there you go.
Not the Reverend.
Not
the Reverend.
The Max Brothers, Mad Max and Super Max. You had the we said the Blade Runners. The Samoan SWAT team all started wearing face paint.
You had Demolition.
Yeah, Demolition.
Straight up. I mean, that is the Legion. That's just their Legion of Doom. Yeah,
because the Road Warriors were making too much money, and Vince couldn't afford them at the time. But yeah, this was their version of the Road Warriors, because every territory needed their Road Warrior team. Why the Road Warriors, like the Fabulous Ones, are the most influential team, because if you didn't have your Muscle Man Road Warrior team, you needed a flashy babyface team that dressed the same. I mean, if we're not for the Fabulous Ones, the Fabulous Ones gave us the Rock and Roll Express, the Fantastics, Strike Force, the Can-Am Connection, all the way up to the Motor City Machine Guns and the Hardy Boys. And even the Young Bucks. If not for the Fabulous Ones, none of those teams would exist. But yeah, the Road Warriors spawned all the mighty clones in the early 80s.
Dana is blowing my mind in the chat. I did not know this, and I apologize for not being a good enough wrestling fan. And Misty was involved. I like that Hawk went to Japan and made his own clone team.
Yeah, the Power Warriors with Kensuke Sasaki. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the Power Warriors, Dana was saying the Hellraisers?
Hellriders. I'm sorry. You're right.
Oh, okay. Wow.
We call them the Power Warriors in the United States, but in the Japan, yeah, they were the Hellraisers.
They were the Hellraisers. So Hellraiser. Yeah, that makes sense.
Animal took a leave of absence. He needed he didn't get back surgery, but I know he needed to rest up. He had
of course he didn't get the back surgery. Jesus.
But yeah, the Hellraisers. I wouldn't put the Nasty Boys as a Road Warrior clone, but they were
no, because they
still
sucked.
a big meaty team. But yeah, the Road Warriors.
I did not like the Nasty Boys.
No,
I still don't. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You are fully. I'm fully fine with that.
So Hawk literally just wore the same thing, and okay.
Yeah, and he gave Kensuke Sasaki. He had the shoulder pads and spikes, and he wore the makeup too.
Glow had Beastie the Road Warrior, but that's different, maybe.
Yeah.
I never knew Hawk did a whole. I gotta watch this match because it's the Hellraisers versus Scott Norton.
And Jim Neidhart. Yep.
God damn, Scott Flash Norton. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I do like that Tony still called him Scott Flash Norton when he was in the endo. Scott Flash Norton. I'm like, I think he's bad. I think he's just Scott Norton now, dude.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll watch Scott Norton wrestle. That's one of those big guys that, like, you know what? I just want to watch somebody beat the hell out of somebody for 20 minutes. I'm going to watch a Scott Norton match for 5 minutes. The unsung hero of NWOB team.
Yeah, well, he kind of brokered their deal in Japan because he was still big in Japan, having the NWO and bringing the NWO to Japan, and having the Japanese wrestlers come back to the States. That was all brokered by Scott Norton.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
WCW was the piss poor video game, but Scott Norton's pick me message was the best. That is one of the best bad promos I have ever seen. I still quote it to this day because it doesn't make any sense. Hold on, we're playing that. Wait a sec. Whenever this unfreezes, here's unfreeze. This just froze. Uh-oh. Don't freeze on me. You still there, Craig?
Right here.
Okay, good. You want him? I got him. Let's beat him. You want to take him down? Let's take him down. 1, 2, 3 is my... What? This ring is my squared circle. Well, isn't it everybody's squared circle?
Yeah. It's my ring.
That doesn't make any sense, sir. Why don't we make a movie where everyone's gay? That's a good point. Let me bring that back up. Because it is... It's his, and then Brian Adams, which is like the worst effort I've ever heard. Pick me, or I'll. What is he? He gonna say, "Pick me, or I'll do something." You pencil neck geek. I'm like, that's Freddie Blassie.
Hey, Blassie, don't steal his line.
That's Blassie. He was still alive at the time. You prick. Scott Norton, WCW Thunder promo. God, I hope it just brings up the video game one. Never thought of that. Although I don't remember him pulling a lot of promos when he was in WCW. He didn't talk like, and of course,
no,
one comes right up.
Because he wasn't a good promo.
No, he wasn't. And this is going to prove it. Let me bring this up. Little nostalgia. I would watch this over and over again, and Kevin Nash's, because Kevin Nash's was legitimately funny. Because he went from Nitro going, pick me. Come on. I'm begging you, pick me. And then he went to, I know you want to pick me like everyone else. Forget it. You don't have the mental skills or the dexterity. Just move, pick somebody else. Pick Hogan or don't pick me. Just go. Move. Go. And I'm like, sounds like Kevin at that point. All right, let's take this all in together.
You want to take him down? Well, let's take him down. 1, 2, 3. It's my game. This is where I live. This ring is my square circle. I live there, I fight there, and I survive there. You want him? I got him. Let's beat him.
And he probably thought, got it.
I nailed it.
Nailed it. Got it. Scott, you want to do that again? Why? All right, no, never mind.
Why? Nope, never mind. You got it.
You good, brother? Dana says, applause, throw roses.
Author.
Encore, please, more Scott. Don't hurt me.
You want to take him down?
Oh, geez, I did it again. Yeah, that's one of the best.
No. Let's take him down. You want him? I got him.
Let's beat him.
You got what? You want...
I get hooked. I get stuck on this ring is my squared circle all the time. I'm like, what? Yeah, what? Yeah. All right, that makes sense. Sure. I'm not going to tell him. Both of those games were not great. They weren't terrible. They were not great. And the Thunder is worse. Well, actually, in comparison, you have Thunder and Nitro on the PlayStation, but then you have in Japan you have oh damn it, I forgot the name of the Japanese version of the WCW versus the World and then WCW NWO Revenge. They had Japanese game counterparts, which had American wrestlers on it, or North American pro wrestlers on it, but it was mostly New Japan and Japanese wrestlers. Like Vader was on there when he wasn't in the States anymore.
Yeah.
Virtual Pro Wrestling. Thank you, Dana. Liger was in it. Muda.
Right.
And then you'd have a spattering of the WCW guys. I even discovered the other day, I did not know this, that there was a PlayStation version of WCW versus the World. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of WCW NWO World Tour on the N64. WCW versus the World was the PlayStation
version. That's
which
what
isn't a bad game either.
No.
It's okay. It's not bad at all.
They had a lot of Japanese wrestlers that they couldn't name. So like you had Giant Baba, but he wasn't called Giant Baba. And
Yes, yeah, they did
Shinzaki, was on there and they couldn't use it.
No wrestling N64. Let's bring this up for a second. I have the ROM downloaded. I've futzed around with it, but I have the American translation of it because what good is it if I get the Japanese? I can't read it. Yeah, WCW versus the World featuring Stan Henson. I mean the Count.
Yeah.
The Count. What a dumb name. Yeah, here it is. And it had Sting with humongous ears.
Well,
I
they're
mean,
just vibrating there.
Yeah. His ears weren't that big. There's the song. That's what I was looking for. The MIDI. These games were great, man. Anyway.
Ooh,
Those games were great, man.
they were.
I mean, the technology is insane now, but it's not the same. It doesn't feel the same. And World Championship Wrestling at the NWO. Anyway. So we have this list. Or did we cover everything you wanted to? You got anything else?
Yeah, we talked about Raw, and AEW and Shelton Benjamin and SmackDown tomorrow. Punk's concussion. And
okay. I hope he figures that out quick. You know?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, it's good.
Oh, I'm giving it away, aren't I? Shit. Well,
that's fine. I'm not looking, so you can.
Oh, there you go. Okay, great. It's time for 20 through 11. That's it. I know how to count. 20 through 11 of part 3 of Dana's top 40 of Starrcade, which we started last year. Appropriate. We're going into this year. Number 20 is Ric Flair versus Lex Luger in 1988. True Grit for the NWA World Title. I do remember this, and I remember. No, I don't. I remember watching it later on tape, and still not caring about Lex Luger. Never did. Sorry. Anyway.
Don't be sorry.
Your thoughts, Professor?
This is one of many Luger Flair matches. You know, they first started. I think Luger got his first title shot his rookie year in '86 because, you know, Flair, his best matches are against the big, you know, muscular babyface. That's where he makes most of his money. Guys are bigger than him that he can bounce off of, you know. Basically, because their deal with World Class was done, Lex Luger was going to be Flair's Kerry Von Erich. Only thing is, Luger didn't have Kerry's athleticism, Kerry's charisma, or Kerry's fan following. But what Luger could do better than Kerry was sell for Flair and do the muscle spots. Flair personally liked Luger. He liked Kerry too, but you know, like that he said in many times, Kerry, no matter when he talked with Kerry, he was always under the influence of something. So like he never really knew the real Kerry. Obviously Flair knew Luger. Flair wanted Luger to wrestle against, to be in the main event, but Flair would never drop the title to Luger. That's one thing he was adamant about. And their match at Starrcade '88 was Dan, you're not impressed with Luger. I've never been impressed with a Flair Luger match because they are all the same. Some would argue that so were his matches with Sting, but with Sting, you got title changes. Sting and Flair both traded the championship. Flair and Luger, I knew Luger wasn't going to win, just because Flair wasn't going to do it. That was part of the reasons why Flair left in the first place, because they wanted to put the title on Luger. Flair said no, and you know the rest is history. Yeah. But yeah, their match at Starrcade was good, but it's like every other Luger Flair match, and they've never had a bad match. It's just not my personal cup of tea.
It's not my thing. Nope.
Yeah, not my thing.
It's not my thing. So apparently tonight I'm gonna stop the sharing on your end and just keep it going for the stream because apparently every time I take it off of stream, big screen, it freezes for some reason.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
Which is great. But it's not like you don't know what the hell we're talking about when I bring it up anyway. So, number 19 is Bobby Eaton versus Tom Zink, 1990.
Yes.
Z-Man.
This was after the break of the Midnight Express. Bobby was kind of doing a solo thing. You know, he'd eventually find, you know, some solo success as the World Television Champion before finally getting back into a team with the Dangerous Alliance and Arn and Larry Zbyszko and a very young Steve Austin. But yeah, this was there's no bad Bobby Eaton match. And Tom Zink wasn't the worst worker in the world. You could have put this down way lower than that. I don't remember it being any type of barn burner at all. It was a Bobby Eaton match, and Bobby Eaton and Tom Zink is as good as it's going to be, only because of the limitations of Tom Zink. Yeah, it's but
yeah, we were saying the same thing. Just I was saying it backwards.
Yeah. I remember it, but like anything, I'm watching the match for Bobby, not for anything that Tom Zink would have done. If it was Starrcade 90, would he have been World Television Champion then?
No, this is just a singles match.
Really, just a singles match. Yeah, because I'm not remember anything that specifically stood up. I would ask Dana what put this in your top 20.
Yes, Dana, please message us. You're here right now. Give us a
shout. I especially because I can think of Bobby Eaton. I guess we're going Starrcade because I was going to say there's tons of Bobby Eaton solo matches that I put above him and Zink. But if it was we're just doing Starrcade matches, I know Bobby didn't have a lot of solo Starrcade matches, so. If it's just that,
which is a crime to itself.
Yeah, but if you just want to put Bobby Eaton on a list of great matches from Starrcade, put him on there. I have no issue with that at all.
Let's see. Nothing yet. When Dana replies, I will relay it. Well, Dana also said we're going to hate number 18.
Okay.
And I kind of hate number 18. Hair versus hair. Paul Jones versus Jimmy Valiant, 1986.
Why would I hate? I wouldn't hate that. Jimmy Valiant and Paul Jones. It wasn't obviously it wasn't a great match. It's both guys.
I didn't remember Paul Jones until this moment.
Yeah, the bald-headed geek.
Interesting.
Yeah. No, I don't hate. I thought it's like, oh, this has to be a match with Mean Mark Callis then probably, but no, Paul Jones. I'm not going to hate any Jimmy Valiant Paul Jones hair match at Starrcade. Again, way too high on this list. It was good for what it was. It was a blow off of their feud that had been going on for about 3 years now. And so Jimmy.
I was going to say that makes sense. Dana says Valiant Jones, if I can learn how to speak, was a war that helped me get into pro wrestling.
Okay. And it was a great feud. And because you have to remember, when Valiant and Paul Jones started their feud, this is when Dusty had taken over Book, and the NWA was on fire and in that from 83 to 86, you had an influx of talent and just stadium-sized crowds. And in that 3-year period, not only did Dusty take over the Book, but then you had Magnum, Nikita, Luger. The Horsemen formed. The Road Warriors came in full time. The Midnight Express showed up. The Rock and Roll Express won the tag team championship their first night with the company, and the Midnight Express debuted a week later. Rick Rude came in. And then Magnum's accident. And all this was happening while Jimmy Valiant and Paul Jones were feuding. So all that great things were happening in these great angles and feuds would start, like I said, the formation of the Horsemen, and Magnum, his rise to fame and his feud with Tully Blanchard and Baby Doll and all that. But while during all that, Jimmy Valiant and Paul Jones would find a way to keep fans coming back because Valiant would do something to humiliate Paul Jones. Paul Jones shaved Jimmy Valiant's head after he lost the match by cheating. All of Jimmy Valiant's friends would turn on him because Paul Jones would offer him money. He and Pez Whatley were a tag team. And then Paul Jones got to him and Pez Whatley hit it. Jimmy Valiant said, I'm just going on a small tangent here. Jimmy Valiant and Pez Whatley were going to go against Paul Jones and his army. And because I'm here with Pez Whatley, the best black wrestler in the world today. And then Pez Whatley's face just went. And then he just out of nowhere, he just headbutted Jimmy Valiant. Jimmy Valiant went down. And then he pulls out of his back pocket a pair of scissors and cuts off Jimmy Valiant's hair. It's like, what? You came to the interview with a pair of scissors in your back pocket? But he turned on Jimmy Valiant because of Paul Jones. Jimmy Valiant would get his revenge. He'd shave Pez Whatley's head. And then Manny Fernandez said, they're going to pledge, I'll be by your side, Jimmy, no matter what, because me and Manny Fernandez, we got tight in Nam.
What? That's not a thing.
Yeah. And then finally, Paul Jones came to the ring with Baron Von Raschke. And I think the Kong of the Barbarian, they go against Jimmy Valiant and Manny Fernandez. And he goes, and Paul takes the mic and says, Bull, I've been after you for a long time. This is my final offer. And he gave him a suitcase. And Manny Fernandez, they're in the ring. He opens up the suitcase. He looks at Paul Jones and he slams it down. And Jimmy Valiant goes, yeah. And he shoved it back up. And then he hit Valiant with the suitcase and he walked out. So again, Paul Jones has gotten to one of Jimmy Valiant's friends. And Jimmy Valiant is at his lowest make. So this Starrcade feud culminated finally. Jimmy Valiant got his revenge on Paul Jones after, again, all these great things were happening in the NWA at the same time. But Paul Jones and Jimmy Valiant, and to Dusty's credit, because he was tight with Dago back to the 70s, Dusty and Jimmy Valiant, he said, you guys they had time for during every big match, or even during the Great American Bash, sure, it was Jimmy Valiant versus one of Paul Jones's men in some type of specialty match, tuxedo match, or brass knuckles match, whatever. But the fact that they managed to keep their feud going while all that great stuff was happening in the NWA is a testament to both men. So, great choice, Dana. Great choice.
Dana says that he became Shaska?
Yeah, Pez Whatley changed his name to Shaska.
That's what Misty said. What's his name? Pez Whatley? No.
Pistol Pez Whatley, yeah.
It's Pez Whatley.
Yeah, changed his name to Shaska.
What happened to him?
I don't believe. Did I hear he passed away?
I'm going to look that up.
Because he wrestled under his real name. He wrestled as Willie B. Hurt after he left the NWA. And
that's an amazing name.
Yeah. And he was instrumental in Paul E. Dangerously's first run as a heel manager in Continental because he attacked Willie B. Hurt's Pez Whatley's son. This is when he was managing Eddie Gilbert. I think I was in 88, 89. But
Pez Whatley died in 2005.
Okay. It was a while back, yeah.
21 years ago, 10 days from now.
Wow. Okay.
Chattanooga.
I wasn't sure of that. You rest in peace, Pez. You were great.
Willie B. Hurt. That's an amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great name. Willie B. Hurt.
Also
was
also, he was great friends with Rick Rude. They were tight. When Rude first turned heel in Memphis, Pez was there, and Pez kind of showed him around. And then in Florida, when Pez was a Southern Heavyweight Champion, the first singles push he ever had, really, and Rick Rude beat him for that for the Southern Heavyweight Championship. But when Rude went to the WWF for the first time after and then again when they were in the NWA, when Pez was in Paul Jones's army and Rick Rude was there, they met up again. And then when Rick Rude went to the WWF, he had a house, a Saturday morning TV taping with Pez, and he sold his ass off for Pez. So they were tight throughout Rick Rude's rise because Pez never really got to a certain place, but Rick was was the most benefited wrestler from the territories because every territory he went to, he got better and better. But every territory he went to, he found Pez there. And when he went to WWF, he got Pez a job up there of just being a jobber, but they had a TV match and Rude sold his ass off for him. So yeah, they were always tight.
We're taking a shot down memory lane this week.
Yeah.
Let's continue our look.
Yes, please. Sorry.
No, this is why. What are you talking about? I'm certainly not. Nobody cares if I talk. Number 17, the Giant versus Lex Luger, Starrcade 96.
Starrcade 96. This was Skinny Giant. This was
Yes, it was. It is Little Paul. Yeah.
Yeah, this was drop kicking Giant. This is my favorite version of the Giant. Oh wait, yeah.
They made that big deal of when he would first come in, like when he came in at War Games, how he hopped into the ring and then hopped over the center of the two rings together. And then, he looks just like him. I'll never forget that. And even at that age, I was like, no, he doesn't. Doesn't look a damn thing like Andre. What the hell are you talking about?
No,
I know what you're implying, Eric. Shut up.
Well, the logic being a 7-footer with long hair and a singlet, it's got to be Andre's son.
Yeah, well, all white guys look alike anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you said it.
You can't say it.
Do you remember? Do you remember this match, Dan? Did it stick out? Anything stick out for you in that?
This is not fair to ask me because nothing Lex Luger did sticks out. That's terrible to say.
No, it's not.
But not really. It's just not. I have nothing bad to say about Lex Luger. I am not thrilled with what happened between him and Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah, I get it.
But as a person, as a wrestler, I got nothing bad to say about Lex. It just wasn't my thing.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few. He cuts a promo the Monday Nitro after Scott Steiner turns on Rick in '98, after Super Brawl. That whenever I go back and watch it, I'm like, where the fuck is this, dude?
Yeah,
that was amazing for you. For
him,
the time,
yeah.
It was great. Where the hell is this, Lex? Larry? I was excited when he won against Hogan in '96 to lose a month later at Road Wild or Hog Wild, which was stupid. And yes, Dana said it worse than I do. Dana said Lex had personality. He just left it behind in Florida.
I agree.
Dana, the other thing she brought up was Sting shows up during this match as part of the story. That is literally the only thing I remember is Sting shows up at the end.
Okay.
And that was part of the whole, what side is he going to take? Do we know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he was kind of just there.
Yeah. It was that the one where Sting left the bat in the middle of the ring for
yeah.
Was that 98? That was a Starrcade.
No,
okay. That might have been a Monday Nitro.
No, he was still doing the bat thing in 96, 97. Like he did it to Lex, he did it to Macho. He was doing it to everyone until like one person actually tried to hit. There he is.
Okay.
And I'm gonna bring this up here, and then I'll close it before I shrink the. Maybe that'll work. But he kind of just comes out to stop the NWO, and then I think he beats up Giant anyway.
Yeah, he shoved Nick Patrick out of the way.
Yeah.
And then he puts the bat in the middle there. He whispers something to both of them. And then
he kind of just leaves the bat. Go ahead, you guys.
In the middle of the ring. Yeah,
that's right. I was thinking more of the when he was doing it individually. I did forget about this part where he does leave it I remember that.
Yeah, whispers something to Luger, then he goes over and grabs Giant. Then I thought he was
I don't know why I said no, dude. When you said that, I'm like, why am I saying no? Of course, probably. Duh.
He just leaves. And we never know what he said, but here comes the battle of the bat.
I love you. I love you so much. That's what
it's only between us. I love you.
Please hit him with the bat. I don't want to see him again.
Yeah. And I remember the Giant steps on the bat, and then
Oopsies.
Luger does the ball shot.
Like, who knew that wasn't coming? You telegraphed it.
Yeah.
Lex.
And then right up in the chin.
And listen, we only couldn't get rid of him because that was Sting's buddy. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That was his buddy. We opened a gym together. They were buddies. He got him. I think Sting helped get him clean.
Now look at the crowd. The late great Brian Hildebrand. Yeah. I miss that. Look at everyone in that crowd.
Yeah.
God. So yeah, this memorable match.
Yeah,
again,
the first one on this part of the list, you didn't tell Dana to go kiss my ass. No, I'm kidding.
No, when you said that when you said being the Sting mark, I remember because Sting came at the end. Like that's when it came back to me. Oh, right.
Yeah, a lot of good that did me. I remember Sting came out, but I didn't remember shit that he did. Apparently. Yeah, I remember this, Dan. It's when he did the bet. No, I don't think. Yeah, why am I arguing with you? I don't know. So stupid.
Next,
number 16, 1994. Arn Anderson versus Johnny B. Bad for the WCW Television Championship. I mean, I'll watch Arn Anderson wrestle anybody from ever, really.
Yeah.
Maybe not the fake black guy, but you know. Did you know he was white?
Did you know he was Jewish also?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
This is Mark Mer. Wow, really? Wow. Yeah. All right, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That doesn't change anything about the whole tanning thing.
No, and obviously that wasn't his idea. He wanted the job of wrestling, and he did.
I'm sure he loved it.
Yeah.
I gotta put this over. Shit.
He wasn't complaining.
It's so popular, I can find their main event match from a year later.
Okay. No, Arn and Mark Merrow are Arn and Johnny B. Bad.
Same difference.
With them because I'm trying to remember who was the face, who was the heel here.
Oh God, Arn.
Okay,
there's
because
no
when
way
Arn
there's no way he was a face against Johnny B. Bad. Johnny B. Bad was still their baby.
Because Arn was a face when he was NWA TV champion, but I'm trying to remember if this was after he.
I think that's a little bit.
What it was Starrcade? What it was Starrcade
94.
94. Okay, well then it's after he came back.
Yeah.
Okay, then yes, he was. I'm sorry, never. Because when he came back, in 90, he came back as a face.
I was about to say, why am I arguing with you? But then I'm like, well, no, I know this one. It was Arn's final Starrcade match, and he was subbing in for Honky Tonk Man, who took a "you're fired" injury. Arn was part of the stud stable.
Yeah, that's why it didn't register me 94 because that was Arn's kind of not on his way out, but I mean this is like 2 years after the Dangerous Alliance, which would have been his last big run.
How dare they give him another run?
But yeah, nothing about that match sticks out to me. Especially how you feel about Lex Luger is how I feel about Johnny B. Bad. He didn't do it. He didn't do anything to Miss Elizabeth, but I just found
that we know of.
Yeah, I just find that whole gimmick just incredibly tiresome, and
Well, I mean, duh.
Yeah, and the thing is, Mark Merrow, great guy. He's an incredible motivational speaker. He makes a living out of doing that. He did spend time in prison, and his people that he inspires so many people that don't even know he was ever a professional wrestler, and that's saying something, It's like the guy's a honky tonk man's a teacher, and like no one ever knew that he was that he was a honky tonk man. He's Mr. Ferris. Same thing with Tito Santana. If you can make kids, you can teach them, impart wisdom, and they grow up thinking you're their favorite teacher, and they never knew that you were a wrestler. That means you're goddamn good at what you do. So
you nailed it.
Yeah.
I just can't believe years later. That gimmick lasted so long that sometimes I'll go back to a late, like a mid '90s match and go, why are they still doing this? We all know he's a white dude, right? I don't care that he was doing the Johnny B. Bad gimmick. It was clearly a tan. I didn't understand why until years later. I'm like, oh, that's awesome.
And it killed his career because when he went to the WWE, he couldn't use the name. He couldn't use the gimmick. He was lost. And Vince only wanted him for his wife at the time.
Yeah, well.
But only thing he'd ever done was be Johnny B. Bad. He didn't know how to be Mark Marrow. Because remember, he was Wild Man Mark Marrow, then he was Marvelous Mark Marrow.
I don't remember Marvelous, but
because he was a boxer. That's legit. And that was back when Vince wanted, well, what do you do in your spare time? And when Bill Irwin said, I played hockey in Canada. Okay, you're the goon. And he asked, what do you do I said, well, I was a Golden Gloves boxer. Okay, you're Marvelous Mark Marrow going against Marvelous Marvin
Here's a boxing coat.
And he wrestled in boxing trunks and,
he had a hell of a moonsault, though.
Yeah, great moonsault. And a
good wrestler. Great wrestler.
But the only thing he knew how to be was Johnny B. Bad. He didn't know how to be Mark Marrow.
They said Mark looked like Little Richard, but to me, he resembled a jacked up Johnny Mathis.
Yeah, that's a fair comparison, too.
Either way, not a good idea.
No.
Not one of the best ideas.
No.
I don't, but it's not like I'm not holding it against him. He did the job he was given.
Yeah, you do what you're told. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 15. I remember this match.
Okay.
Mostly because it's not that old. Craig, 1998, Giant versus DDP, Starrcade 98.
Woo! What a pop.
That's a good match.
That is a good match.
And my favorite moment of that is that super, where you swear, this is the height of DDP, if not the peak of DDP People's Champion.
Mm-hmm.
When they were calling him and The Rock both the People's Champion.
Yeah.
And when you think he's going to take that choke slam from the top rope and he turns it around into a diamond.
Yes. Again, look at the crowd. The crowd went absolutely apeshit. That's what I remember most about that match.
Yeah, I have it up now. Just this spot real quick.
Yeah.
Boom. Diamond cutter. It's
but again,
so slick.
Yeah. The common denominator of the crowd going nuts between that and the Luger match was them beating the Giant. Yep. And you see how over both guys were, but what a huge win it was to beat the Giant back then. But the way that DDP did it, that's what made it special.
Yeah.
So, yes, good pick, Dana. Good pick.
Yeah, DDP, man. He had a run nobody saw coming. And
not even him.
Not even him. And then when you thought it was over, I will remember that he went out at the end of 98, early 99, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like 3-4 weeks, maybe max. Was it January? No, okay, so it was a couple months. It was like he was out at the end of 98 and he came back around April 99.
Mm-hmm.
And it was that Nitro in Toronto where Brett does the spear,
against Goldberg, the chest plate,
the chest plate protector against Goldberg. It's that same because it's significant for a couple of reasons. It's the last Nitro with that set. It's the week before they switch over to the god awful Star Trek logo. It's a bad logo.
Yeah,
I was trying to put it over. I remember it started and I was, oh, that sucks. Let me call Mikey. You got to turn on Nitro. They changed everything. I don't care. All right, fair enough.
Click.
I'm watching Raw. Shut up. But like DDP came back, all of a sudden he was heel. He just was.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of a sudden he started going, I don't need you. Because Ric Flair's like, I'm going to be your manager. He goes, my manager? I don't need you. I don't need anybody. I don't need any of these people here. I'm like, why is he bad?
Yeah,
but at
people,
the same time, they pan up to the ceiling, and it was Sting's first appearance since October 98. And they went nuts. And I was like, fuck DDP. Not really. And then a week later, he wins the his first title. Thank you, Macho. Yeah. Randy Savage. Thank you.
Thank you.
That for Spring Stampede 99. That's actually a good pay-per-view. That's a really good pay-per-view. And it's a 4-way match. You're like, it's going to suck. About a third way in, they get rid of Hogan anyway, because I think he actually had a legit knee injury that they played into it. So they have DDP injuring him. So it's just Flair, Sting, and DDP with Macho as the referee. And I will referee. And it was great. The three of them were fantastic. I mean, Sting has one of the loudest rallying things he's ever done. I don't know, stinging up? What the hell are we calling it? I don't know. Number 14, 1988, Rick Steiner versus Mike Rotunda for the NWA World Championship. The win going to Rick.
For the TV championship, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that was the complete of Rick's first babyface run ever.
Oh, wow.
Because that was the breakup of the Varsity Club. And Rick was getting, lots of face reaction because of the way he was being abused by Kevin Sullivan. And the Road Warriors had just turned on Sting, but it was Rick Steiner who brought in a stretcher to help Sting out, and fans started, taking to, Rick because he was getting abused. So when he finally broke off from the Varsity Club and challenged his Varsity Club partner, Mike Rotunda, to that was his first singles win, his first pay-per-view win, his first first singles title, and that solidified the babyface career of Rick Steiner. So yeah, that match against Mike Rotunda, and what better opponent, because they knew each other so well, and two amateur standout stars. Excellent. It launched them both.
Yeah, that's what Dana said. They were so ready for Rick to become a good guy, and then he did. And one of the better TV title runs ever with Mike.
Yeah. Mike Rotunda's TV champion was great, but again, and it had to be done because Rick Steiner was getting unbelievable babyface heat. But again, I've said this I've said it 1,000 times. I said it once. Varsity Club was one of, if not the most underrated heel stable in wrestling history.
Co-sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I did want to point out we were talking about the 1999 and that the early 99. I can't speak right now because I'm anyway. Dana pointed out 2 months later, Paul meaning Paul White was throwing Steve Austin through a cage.
Yeah, and right here in Philly.
That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I did not go to that show. I was still a WCW guy through and through.
I get you.
I missed a lot of the first WWF event I went to was a Smackdown in 2001. Wow. Because it would have been after WCW shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I guess they're not doing shows in Philly anymore. Smackdown's coming. And Crowbar was one of my favorites. Also because of his association with Daphne. And he did a dark match. Mm-hmm. And then never saw him again. Mm-hmm. Did a dark match. Looked great. He looked like Crowbar. Devin Storm. Never did
anything else. Yeah.
Did either of you attend Halloween Havoc 92? Yes.
I did not.
We were both at 89.
Yes, we were both at 89. But
I was 6, Dana, at 89. I was 9 in 92.
At 92, I was living in upstate New York, so I did not attend. Did watch it on the pay-per-view. Yeah, I did come back though for that.
I for some reason I have a more vivid memory of 80. My first, it was my first show. Mm-hmm. Than I do of 92. So I don't know. I don't know why that is, but anyway, I just saw that Rick Steiner reaction is quite astounding.
Mhm.
I can't disagree with this next one. Number 13, 1987, NWA United States Heavyweight Championship. In a cage, Dusty versus
He rose
Lex.
Lex Luger. Yeah.
Thoughts, sir?
That was the second to last match of the night of that particular Starrcade. Dusty going against Luger for the United States Championship that Luger had
Horseman
held.
Luger, then, right?
This is Horseman Luger.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. That's what I know. I know
And
some things.
that was this was in Chicago. This was really the bout that killed Starrcade in the South. The first time it had been out of it was in Chicago, the Road Warriors' hometown. So it was the Horsemen on display. Tully and Arn were going against the Road Warriors. Luger would go against Dusty, and Ric Flair would try to regain the NWA Championship from Ronnie Garvin. The Dusty Luger match was standard Luger Dusty fare. What stuck out was Luger had Dusty in the corner, hitting him, chopping him, and Dusty stopped selling it. Luger hit him, Dusty go, come on! And then Luger hit him again, and Dusty go, double fingers up. And I was watching this at the Civic Center on closed circuit TV, kids. I didn't have pay-per-view back then, 1987. NWA didn't have a pay-per-view yet until January of that year for the Bunkhouse Stampede, but that's another story for another time. So I had to go to the Civic Center on Halloween night. Okay, trying to get a bus and the subway up there on Halloween night to see Starrcade 87 on closed circuit TV. Dusty winning it in a cage thanks to outside interference by J.J. Dillon, setting the stage for the Lex Luger face turn, because what happened that night, Tully and Arn would escape Chicago. Even though they lost to the Road Warriors, they would lost by disqualification. And the Road Warriors not winning is part of the reason they killed the territory, because so Tully and Arn retained the World Tag Team Championship. Ric Flair regained the NWA Heavyweight Championship from Ronnie Garvin, but Lex Luger had lost the United States title. So next we saw the Horsemen. Everyone had a belt but Lex Luger.
Oh.
And that's what started the Luger face turn. Him being the odd man out. But eventually set up his run for NWA Championship against Flair in the following Starrcade. But yeah, and we talked about it last week. Dusty going against Luger for the NWA title, for the United States Championship. And they had to scramble, and Ronnie Garvin being the NWA champion now is just a long-term domino effect of Magnum's car accident, because that was supposed to have been Magnum's shot right there.
Matt, this is probably going to be a long answer, but how different is the wrestling landscape if Magnum TA stayed healthy? Because the Magnum good.
He was damn good. Magnum TA, if Magnum TA had stayed healthy or had not been involved in the car accident, or survived the car accident, I should say, or he did survive, but I mean, came back.
Survived unscathed.
Yeah. Magnum would have ended his feud with Jimmy Garvin at Starrcade 86 that year, and would have started the whole year campaigning to get a shot at Ric Flair's NWA Championship. With Magnum being the number one babyface along with Dusty, they were 1 and 1A, which means there wouldn't have been any opportunity to elevate Sting to that position. There wouldn't have been probably no reason to turn Luger babyface. Nikita never would have been a babyface if the only reason he was because Magnum went down. So you have your heels there. There wouldn't have been a scramble to get Ricky, or Dusty's idea to give Ricky Morton a shot at the the world title because Ricky Morton had a program with Flair that year and the Great American Bash, and they were having singles matches. There wouldn't have been any need to create so many single babyface, namely Ronnie Garvin never would have been NWA champion if Magnum had it remained unscathed. So Magnum changed all of NWA. Again, Luger wouldn't have been a babyface. Nikita never would have turned babyface. You could have had more Magnum. You could have had Magnum versus Luger matches. If Sting had stayed heel, you could have Magnum versus Sting matches.
You imagine Magnum being around the WCW roster when Nitro started?
Oh my God! He would have been just an incredible star.
I mean, he would have only been what?
Yeah, he would have.
15 years into a career at that point. He'd still be around.
And even a possibility of Magnum going to the WWE.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always thought Magnum was going to be an NWA guy.
Yeah, and as long as Dusty was there, he was going to be an NWA guy.
But Dusty left at one point, so he would have.
Yes. And had Magnum not, who knows how, because Magnum would have been his Hogan. And they would have been tied because Magnum was Dusty's protege from the very beginning for when Magnum started in Florida. Go ahead.
Dana says in 1987, 1987 would have been 2 years after Magnum Flair at Kaminsky, his first big opportunity.
Yeah. And I said it then. I thought Magnum could have gone over at Kaminsky because that was an NWA AWA card. And if Magnum had gone over even just for a week or for a day, it would have made that card that much more special to have a title change there. And that would give Magnum instant credibility of being a former NWA champion, which being a former NWA champion means gives you carte blanche to go anywhere. You're a made guy. Ask Tommy Rich, ask Terry Funk. Them being one-time former NWA World Champions made their entire careers. So, but obviously it wasn't time yet, and Dusty was waiting for the correct time. So that's why in 87 was going to be Magnum's year to be NWA champion.
Also, Dana says we're not going to discuss Magnum and polka dots.
No.
Good idea. Let's not do that.
Good idea. Yeah.
Let's not even talk about Dusty and polka dots. We got two more.
Okay.
1990 Pat O'Connor Memorial Tag Team Tournament Final.
Oh yes.
Saito and Muda versus the Steiner Brothers.
Steiner Brothers. Man, that was epic.
We're not gonna. Could have been a good Starrcade if we don't talk about whatever the fuck that was at the end. God damn it. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
No, those four guys that know how to work, and this is when Bill Watts was booking. So you had a lot of great Japanese talent, and that tournament was just crazy. That was the first time I saw Dean Malenko. The Malenko brothers were in that tournament.
That's right. That's right. Malenko. Yeah.
Yeah. I also remember Ricky Steamboat broke his ribs during that tournament.
I did not remember that.
It was a shoulder breaker gone wrong. It was a back breaker gone wrong. Steamboat thought it was going to be a body slam, and then William stuck his knee out the last minute, and Steamboat didn't take it right, and he was doubled over like the whole time. No, I'm sorry. The Steiners and Muda and Haas. Wow. Just so many intricate moves. Yeah.
A lot of times, the Steiners are kicking and beating the shit out of anybody in the ring because they're so big.
Yeah.
But man, those are four guys that could throw the same amount of shit at each other because you weren't throwing shit at Muda or Saito. I mean,
no, and I think that's why the Steiners like working in Japan so much, or like working with Japanese guys, because they could give it back to them as much as they could work stiff, as they say, because there weren't a lot of American tag teams that could do that. I think Doom was probably the only one, but. Yeah, that particular match was just on the Road Warriors. But thankfully they didn't have a lot of matches together. But yeah, this match at Starrcade was just one of the many great matches at the Steiners.
Dana also says at that point in '90 it was still Jim booking. Kim Hurd?
No. Bill Watts was the booker then. If I'm not mistaken, I know he wasn't the booker long.
Bill Watts booking CW. Let's take a look at his dates.
Because I know it was his idea for Gordy and Doc to win.
Jesus
Over
Christ.
the
I was just
Steiners.
reading the reason he sold UWF. Losing $500,000 will do it.
Yeah.
Well, here. When did Bill Watts book WCW and throw what's his kid's name?
Joel.
Eric
Watts.
Watts down my fucking throat for 20 fucking years. He was from 92 to early 93.
Okay. Yeah, now Starrcade
You're
92.
fired. Yeah, whenever I hear Bill Watts, I'm like, God damn, Eric Watts is his fucking pants.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, Bill Watson's were his decisions were he gave us some great matches, but he also gave us a lot of injuries, and unfortunately, Eric Watts. It was Bill Watts' decision to remove the mats at a ringside, so you had guys taking bumps when they shouldn't. Even at house shows, though, he took away the match.
Why?
So
Never mind.
This is back when the W were going to prove they're tough, and even had Jim Ross on commentary. We don't have these pretty blue mats that other wrestling companies have here at WCW.
Well, I'm sure he loved that.
God, don't
Didn't he also come up with the no flying over the top, off the top rope, and no going over the top rope? That's him.
Yeah,
right?
that was old NWA. You want to bring back the old NWA traditions of over the top rope disqualifications. Disqualifications for coming up the top rope.
Misty said, "Why?" I just said that. I got you covered.
It worked, but it worked again up until into the 80s, get all the time managers in the 60s. But it worked in territories. Coming up throwing someone over the top rope. Harley Race, Ric Flair did that to retain their championships. Until they got old, until fans were getting upset. Coming off the top rope when the referee's back is turned is what can get the crowd really into it, because especially if that results in the heel going over the babyface because he came off the top rope, with a axe handle and won, but the referee didn't see it. So it was back when anything off the top rope meant instant death.
Yeah,
back then. But
you can't
now,
do that. Oh
my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but Bill thought he could bring that back. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, at least he tried something.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. All I know is I remember I hated that rule, even as a kid. Get the fuck out of here. What? I mean, I probably wasn't saying that. Although, no, probably. Maybe.
I think about it.
Number 11. Last one of the week.
Okay.
Briscoes versus Jay Youngblood and Ricky Steamboat, 1983 NWA Tag
Oh
Team
my
Championship.
God, that's got to be that has to be in the top 5. I'm sorry, Dana. I am so sorry. No. One of, if not the greatest tag team championship matches in any company of all time. Briscoes versus Steamboat and Youngblood was a culmination of their feud that started that summer, back when they turned 16,000 fans away at the Charlotte Coliseum. They had to break into local news and say, if you're going out of the Coliseum, don't go. Turn around and come back because the traffic off 95 is backed up. You can't get in. So they turned 16,000 away. The Briscoes Steamboat Youngblood feud is what gave us Starrcade.
Yeah.
It's the reason why there was a Starrcade, because Dusty looked at that and said, we gotta do this on Thanksgiving, and they closed circuit TV in Florida and Georgia and Puerto Rico.
God, they're so friggin' smooth, all of them.
Yes,
it's so
the
good.
Greatest.
I have
and
to
you
watch
look
this
at
after I'm done.
Now look at the Steamboat hot tag when he comes in, when he chops Jerry, and then just the pose, and those 4 guys were just Absolute magic. Next to Rock and Roll Midnight Express, Briscoes versus Steamboat and Youngblood are the finest tag team matches ever seen on film. And just these are the ones that we've seen. There was plenty that we haven't seen that Steamboat will say we're just as good, if not better. But yes, I can't say enough good things about Steamboat Youngblood regaining the NWA Tag Team Championship from the Briscoe brothers on the first Starrcade. Criminal that it's number 11 on any list of greatest matches. Not just Starrcade. This is the match that the reason why there is a Starrcade is because of these four men.
Dana, what have you done?
I mean, we ended on a great note. I can't fault you for that.
I'll tell you. I'm looking at the top 10. How much time you got?
I got time.
You want to do the rest of the? You want to do the rest of the 10?
Let's save it for next week because I
like what I'm seeing. So
if you like what you're saying, that's great. But I
can still be wrong.
That is 11. Oh my God.
Yeah, I am surprised with the years that have showed up in the top 10, but there's one in there that I'm like, yeah, all right. And it's the match I cite. Basically, when people, why don't you like Hogan so much? What are you, is it the race thing? I said, no, before that, the Starrcade 94, you have 93, you have that main event, and compare it to Starrcade 94 and tell me, oh, I want to watch that more. Come on. No. Bullshit. Bullshit. Well, it's been fun.
Been fun.
Dana, thank you. And then she has 2 PS. The Briscoes were good guys until Steamboat Youngblood finally beat Slaughter and Canodal. I can't talk for good. Jesus Christ. And then the Briscoes ended Jim Nelson's career, which coincided with Zukov arriving in Mid-South.
Yes, Jim Nelson was Bart Zukov, and he was part of the privates.
Oh, that's right.
Sergeant Slaughter had his own crew, privates Cornodal and Nelson. And Jim Nelson was attacked by the Briscoes. And it was Jim Nelson who taught Steamboat and Youngblood how to break the Cobra Clutch by Sergeant Slaughter. And when Briscoes and the thing is, the Briscoes didn't become heels just like that. They wrestled Steamboat and Youngblood in a face versus face match. And back in the NWA, kid, they had a rule. You could save your teammate from being pinned once during a match. But the Briscoes did it twice, and they got disqualified. And another time, they were in a Briscoe had Steamboat in a figure 4, and Briscoe got hit by Youngblood. And it looked like Briscoe after he got hit, he looked down and saw where Steamboat was and just gave him an elbow smash. And then he said, it was an accident. I got hit by your partner and I accidentally fell on you while you were in the figure 4. But I didn't mean it. But then it happened again in another match, and the Briscoes just turned heel. They won the NWA Tag Team Championship by chicanery, but no outside interference, no foreign objects, just simple chicanery. And their feud for the last 4 months of '83 was the biggest, hottest thing in wrestling. The beloved Briscoe brothers turned. This is the first time they'd ever been heel, too, ever. And watch the promos leading up to the bout, because I had never seen this before in any wrestling company, Dan. When you see a guy doing a promo, a face doing a promo about a heel, and then the guy would come out and stand right next to him with just the announcer in between. I've never seen that. On WWF, you talk about, I'm going to get you, and then you go off, and then the guy he was talking about would come into the next frame. NWA, they were standing right next to each other. So Jerry Briscoe and Jack Briscoe had their big NWA tag team belts, and they were telling to Ricky Steamboat, because we're the better team and you're not. and Ricky Steamboat had his head down, and Jerry Briscoe took his finger on Ricky Steamboat's chin and said, "Now you look at me when I'm talking to you, son. I am the champion. You are not." And then Ricky Steamboat, his patent move, he'd elbow you in the stomach and then come up with a backhand.
Yeah.
He did that to Jerry Briscoe during the interview, and Jerry Briscoe was knocked out cold. And Jack had to carry him out of the studio. Yes. No, not legit. But on TV, this is the coolest thing anyone has ever seen. So look at the Steamboat Youngblood Starrcade match again, but look at the promos leading up to it. Classic stuff. Dana, I love you. I love this list, but 11 is criminal. Criminal.
In closing, I do want to say, Dana says it was as simple as good guys breaking good guy code. Now you can blow up someone's house, and it doesn't matter.
No, set fire to it, yeah, or go into their infant's
Just sit
room
out front while it burns,
Yeah.
Yay. Craig, you got anything else you want to close with this week, or are we good?
We are so good. Thank you so much for having me. Dana, I cannot thank you again for this list.
So good.
So good. It's so choice. If you have the means, I highly recommend it.
Craig, where can people follow you?
They can follow me when I'm not dressed like this on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, and TikTok at Craig Ligons, CraigLigeons.
And follow me never dressed like that. Ever. Because it's way too damn hot. Also, it's too hot. DanLaw83. Twitter, Blue Sky, Mastodon, Grindr, YouTube, Adult Fred Finder. I gotta check, make sure that's not a thing. But DanLaw83. Dana, thank you. I can't wait to see you next week. Thank you, Misty, for joining. And everybody else that was sitting in. I see you. I appreciate you. I thank you. And since I forgot last week, I'm going to say it twice this week. Keep it on the paper. For Craig Ligons, I am the above average comedian, Dan Calchico. We will see you next week. Keep it on the paper. Good night.
And there you have it. It's the end of the show. It's the end of the show, motherfucker!